Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Let's see. It's at the Doomstream Labs is moving side to side. Podtrack's moving up and down. No haircut, no shave. Get over it. I know you all tuned in for the first 3 minutes. Look at the numbers. There's everybody dropping down. Oh, he didn't shave. He didn't haircut. Look, there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot of ins and outs, a lot of facets, a lot of wherefores and what have yous. A lot of things going on in the old Deuterino's head. Okay, we'll get into some of that in a minute, but you know how we have to start. Got to do it the right way, my fine feathered friend. Where are you right here? We got to start off correctly. Now, tonight, I'm going to be joining you. I'm drinking Breckenridge from Colorado. Bourbon whiskey, Breckenridge. I haven't had any yet. As you can see, the bottle's still full. I did pour myself a shot, but I don't know what it tastes like. If any of you have had Breckenridge, then you know, and I don't, which is a par for the course. That's about all I know. But we have to do this thing the right way. We got to start in the beginning. Look at that. The Sun Valley Fox has provided us with a $1.2 million view with the sun setting right through the bottom of the glass nation shot glass. He's got his shot glass. I bet you don't got yours. And that view right there, that is the sun setting down over the South Mountains around Lake Tahoe. It is, and it's looks like the sun setting right into the shot glass, doesn't it? If you look at it, the shot glass isn't even clean because he's been drinking as he's been taking the picture. But Sun Valley Fox provided this. I'm going to drink mine. You drink yours. I think this is a cup from Bima's house. It's either Bima's or it's my grandmother's house from Cambria. But I wanted the two, but you can tell that it's the only shot glass. We haven't unpacked yet. Shut up. We haven't unpacked yet. I'm drinking mine. You drink yours. I'm going to drink and tell you some lies. You're going to drink and believe them. It's time to put the cat out, let the dog in, dim the lights, and let's go. No chaser. No training wheels. Boom, boom, boom. The sad news, no GenX mom. No. Boy, that is an unusual taste on that. Whoa. What the fuck was that? Was this snow melt water from the Rocky Mountains? I don't know, man. That had an awfully odd taste to it right up front. Kicks you in the teeth, sort of. All right. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, no GenX mom. Not good. She's not here tonight with us. She's in the other room. She's not doing well. She missed last night's World Show. And she's missing tonight's Bottom of Glass Nation. She didn't do much today. She's not in good shape. Working with Dr. McDreamy, trying to figure out what's going on. But she's been bad for about since yesterday afternoon, all the way to today afternoon. And then this evening, she just developed a fever. Didn't have one, just got one. So she's down. She got her dog. She's all wrapped up in bed. She's had a shower. She's had her medicine. I fed her, and she's cuddled up. Let's just say that she's cuddled up. So we'll move on. And then when the show is over, I'll get to go talk to her and see what's going on. If you guys didn't get a message, the message, good moderators, Shy and Josh Maddox are over there on Facebook. Shy they don't have their moderator badges, all of them. Just relax. Shy's over there. Josh is over there. They're going to put up links for you, okay? Just get over it. They'll get their badges soon. That's on me. I was a little busy today. And we got other moderators in other places doing other things. Good moderators will put up the link. Patreon, it's $1. And then I get to send you an email. I did today. I sent out smoke signals and said, hey, we're going live in half an hour or so. But it lets you know because they don't always tell you until it's too late. They still squash conservative channels. They still don't recommend us all the time. They still don't put it out. And that's fine. You know, they do what they do. We do what we do. But this is a way around it. They can't stop us from here. Plus, if you join up, you get over 4 years of behind-the-scenes content, which is good stuff. Now, before we get in too deep, they're running around and moving. We moved from California to Nevada. We are in the Loop Studios, 6:04 Los Angeles time, even though we're not in Los Angeles. It's Los Angeles time zone. I can still claim that. And you could be in Olympia, Washington, and I can still say Los Angeles time zone. So shut up. I'm accurate. You're going to argue with me in a minute over something. I know there's going to be balls to the wall, divided down the middle. You guys are going to argue. Don't worry. We're getting there. Just a second. Anyway, going back and forth, moving from the KGXT studios to the Loop studios, you're packing and you're dragging and you get people, oh, look, photo albums, and you get all sidetracked with, oh, I haven't seen this in 20 years. Yeah, we did all that. Still doing it. Not me. I don't give a shit. I'm all about getting the job done. I'm all about getting point A to point B. I'm all about efficiency. I think efficiency is the key in moving, just like sex. efficiency. Get in, get it done. By the time the commercial's over, you're both back watching TV again. That's my personal opinion. What do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. However, when you're going through stuff, you stumble across some photo albums, and GenX Mom, your lovely queen, her older brother, we got into some of his photo album stuff. He doesn't let us get into the really good stuff yet, but some of the fringe stuff we get to see. So we did grab one picture out of there. I'm not sure whose cars these are. I'm not sure who these girls are. And the only reason I bring this up, this isn't about the girls. No. This isn't about the Sun Valley Fox. No. We're not here to talk about his reputation and his sordid past. We're not here to do that. That's for another show. But I want to tell you how my dumb brain works. Since we apply common sense and reasoning and logic to all the things we talk about here on the GenX Talks Bottom of the Glass Station show, I want to tell you where my brain went. Now, what did you guys see? First, you guys saw girls. Oh, there's girls and the hot girls, and I like that one. It's girls. Then you went to, look at the cars, look at the cars. It looks like the top yellow one's a Mustang, Boss 302 maybe. Bottom one looks like a Challenger or a Cuda, and then we got a couple Camaros in there. And that's where you guys went. It's the girls and then the car. You know what I thought of? You know what my brain pictured? Because I don't think of those things. No. I'm not perverted like the rest of you. No. Okay? I don't look at I'm married. I don't even look at the girls. I turn a blind eye. I don't even see girls on there. The only part of me that sees the girls on there is the trained eye of the broadcast professional. I have to do that for my job. That's it. I have to do it for my job. Other than that, no. I don't even see it. You guys do. Because you're weird. All right? I said that with a straight face, too. I'm going to have to drink a little more if this is going to work. Hang on. Got to pour myself a little bit more of that Breckenridge there, boy. Raise myself another glass. 2 shots in the first 10 minutes. Can't be helped. Boy, that has a tart taste right up front. Oh, they're not even hiding it. No. Anyway, first thing I thought of when I saw these pictures is, how do those girls not denting the hoods of the cars? Because in today's language, you can't do that. You put a girl up on the hood of a car to take a picture, it dents the hood, it bends the hood. You're fucked. Fenders too. I've even seen girls sit down, slide down the windshield and crack the windshield in. Not because the girls are fat. No. Girls look just like this. It's because the way they make the cars are shitty. They make them with plastic and the thinnest. That Ford made some trucks out of aluminum. Yeah. Boy, that went over well. Couldn't haul shit in it. You put in flowers and haul flowers in the bed of the truck, it dents the bed. It's bad. So I'm just thinking, just to let you guys know how my brain works. It'll set the tone for the rest of the podcast, is the rest of the live stream, is that when you see that, you should be thinking, boy, they just don't make cars the way they used to. Golly gee willikers, there's some real iron there, some painted iron. That's some good old American know-how. Yeah, that's what you should be thinking. And if you weren't, you're all a bunch of fucking weirdos. You should leave my live stream right now. All right, what else? You guys know that in the movie, we put our house up for sale. Not a secret. You guys can look it up. A lot of you have been to our house. We've had barbecues there. I'm not putting the link up right now because it doesn't matter. But this was the house. I love the experts, the real estate experts, because we put this up on all the member sites. If you're part of the member sites, if you're part of Patreon, you're part of the General's Lunchbox on Facebook. Yeah, you got to go to the General's Lunchbox. Or if you're a YouTube member, then you guys got to see the whole story behind this and more. But one of the things was that, and we put it up in the comments, do you know how many of you guys texted me, emailed me, or direct messaged me on Discord and told me, you're listing that house way too low? That house is easily worth $1 million. No, it's not. Okay, if you think that I'm selling it for my price, and it's worth $1 million, then you think I'm a fucking moron. That's exactly what you're telling me. Hey, General, you're an asshole and stupid and wrong and dumb. You're giving your house away. It's a house in California. It's a big, beautiful house, a big piece of property. It's worth $1 million. No, it's not. And I'll tell you why. I probably overbuilt for the neighborhood I was in. Okay? I probably overbuilt. I put in really expensive gates. I put in really expensive block walls. I did a bunch of stuff When I did the pergola and the patio coverings, I spent a lot of money on that. I saved up and spent it. It took 20 years. It took 20 years to do this. Save up and spend every summer. We do a little more, do a little more, do a little more with what we could afford. But yeah, I overbuilt for the neighbor. I didn't think I was leaving. Never did it occur to me, well, I'm not going to get my money back out of this because you can't sell it for what it's going to be. No, but here I am. Here I am. But all of you who keep, there's not just one or two, there's many of you that said, you're selling that too low. You don't think I took into consideration all the fucking angles of, I'm overpriced for my neighborhood. Now, this house a few blocks to the north, I could probably get close to $1 million. But I'm not in that neighborhood. I'm in this neighborhood. I'm not in the rich neighborhood. I'm in the middle class neighborhood, right here where I belong. In this neighborhood, if I raise the price anymore, someone will say, well, I can just, for that much money, I can go live in the rich neighborhood. Are you following along? If I raise the price anymore, someone can say, well, I can just go live in the rich neighborhood for that much money. Yeah, I probably overbuilt. I'm not going to get the money on my return. Now, because I overbuilt, I should get the money I'm asking. Try that. But I love how all of their, he says, like, well, the people, 13, 14, 18 people get a hold of me and I say, well, what do you do for a living? Are you a realtor? Are you a realtor in California? Are you a realtor near Southern California? Oh, no, I'm a plumber in New Jersey. Well, what the fuck do you know? No, I deal with aquatic animals in Florida. Well, what the fuck do you know? One guy said, no, I sell ice cream in Canada to tourists in the summertime in Toronto. What the fuck do you know? Well, I'm on TikTok all day long. And one of you even wrote back and said, hey, I spent the night at a Holiday Inn Express last night. That guy almost believes, and get the joke on that one. Another one is everyone says, where did you move from and where did you move to? I just want to say we moved out west. We packed up our things and we headed west. We packed up our things and we headed out west. We were in Bakersfield, California. Now we're just outside of Reno, Nevada. We packed up our things and we headed out west. Now, all of you that are taking a drink, holding your cigar, squinting your eyes, shaking your head, some of you are on Google right now trying to figure it out. Let me save you the trouble. I'm right and you're wrong. You should get used to that. That's the way the whole night's going to go. I'm right and you're wrong. Because remember, there's two rules around here. Number one, the general is always right. Rule number two, if the general's always wrong, refer to rule one. Now I'm back to always being right. You got it? Okay, good. Glad you're coming along with me on that one. So, don't see here. Let's go to show you this one here. So this is the longitude of where I was at. It's minus 119.025. And going west, the numbers get bigger. You're trying to get to the 120 line. That's the next big longitude line is 120. So Bakersfield at 119.025. We're getting close to that 120 line. Getting close to that 120 line that is west. So I moved. I packed up my things and I trekked out far to the west. And Dayton is 119.59. That is 0.57 further, 0.57 of a degree further west. So shut the fuck up. I packed up my shit and I moved out west. Now, we can sit and argue about the details and semantics and hearsay and all that and get hung up on all the detail. But you can't deny I'm like one of the settlers. I'm like a 49er. Okay? I'm an Oklahoma Sooner. I packed up and moved out west, just like in the Depression and the Dust Bowl era. I packed up my family. Just like the Beverly Hillbillies, I packed up my family and I moved out west. You can't deny that. It is undeniable. Okay? Okay. All right? Good. There you go. Now, you assholes, there's some asshole out there who's, well, I know where the property is in Dayton. I'm going to find the property, actual property there, find the property in Bakersfield, and see if he actually did, because he was kind of on the west side of Bakersfield. He's kind of on the west side of of the west side of Dayton. Maybe it's not true. Maybe he's dead center. Maybe he just moved. Look, I moved out west. It's a much cooler vibe. Where'd you move to? Yeah, I packed up my family, threw everybody in the family station wagon, got in the family truckster, and we headed west. And we did. We headed west. And you know what the time difference is between those 2 points? You know how long it takes how long it takes to travel that degree, that 0.57 degrees west? 7 hours. It's true. It's a true story. Or true, it's a story. But now you know. All right, so I'm looking in the comment section. Does anybody know who this is? Looking right now. Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Looking. Sure it wasn't east. No, Brother Bob. It's fucking west, man. I can do math. Plus, I got a keen sense of direction, man. I know the whole time that I'm driving north. I'm also slightly driving west. I know. Brother Bob. Come on, man. It's me. That's Briggs. Two Bear just says the goat. No, Two Bear, not the goat. Krista Rose says Buford. Dude says Buford. Graham Gordon says Buford. Close enough. Michael Dawson, Spot and Stocks Rule. Sky Royston, Briggs, and Buford. There we go. Laura Buford. Look at that. Now you guys know. See, those are people, a man and his girlfriend. Thorny Carrot. No. Oh, the jokes that come to mind about Briggs. No. MacArthur 215 said, hey, General, hope all is well. MacArthur 215, sir, I'm here. Head above water, still trucking along. Didn't get everything done I wanted to, but thanks for asking, my man. Yeah, Buford is still alive and still doing his stuff. As you know, we all saved him. When it came to the auction when they were going to slaughter him, we all pitched in and saved him. We bought him. Trippy Pineapple, former senior executive member of the staff here at GenX Talks, and is still a ghost member. I'll explain that later. He found a home for him. As far as I know, he's still there. Maybe someday we'll get him back. I don't know. When they all have to figure that out as we go along. Just wondering if you guys knew who that was. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why Gen X Mom put these in here, so I'll show them real quick. That is my baby brother, Mike. That is your general. It was a few years back, as you can tell. And that's my baby brother. That was outside in our backyard. I think we had a Dodger game playing or something out there, out at the back barbecue. Yeah, that's ladies, if you're looking for another version of me, there's one right there. He's just a foot taller. And much smarter, by the way. I might tell you that too. What else is in here? She got another one in here. Okay, yeah, there's another one of me. I think it's a couple years before that last one. We don't have the pergola up yet. And that's Schwan Johnny behind me. He was our Schwan guy. He brought us those frozen ice cream and stuff. And his wife, and I can't remember her name. I'm going to feel bad for not doing that. But another barbecue, another party. Of course, I'm telling a story here. I'm telling a story. You got to listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling a story. I got something going on. You got to pay attention. So everybody was gathered around. So now we got that one. God, how many more? One more. All right, one more. And there I am back there pouring some drinks on the butcher block table. That we got that from Costco, and eventually the thing warped. And so we put some butcher block of our own down and laminated it. And that table is still with us today. We kept one of the things we kept out there, and you can see that's probably 4th of July party. And the ping pong table's out, and the canopies are all out. No music playing because you can't hear it on the picture. I don't know why Gen X Moms put these things in here for me to show you, but here's another one I don't understand. Speaking of, I know the order of these things. I know why she puts these things in these order. So we're talking about parties, we're talking about barbecues, we're talking about adult entertainment, and then there's this. This is what I'm supposed to show you. Fundies, where two people, assuming a boy and a girl, put on the same underwear. Now, I get it. This is like an adult game, an adult thing, and a guy and a girl, they're not supposed to be naked together, so they're wearing the same underwear, and it's okay. But do you realize that the time it takes to undress and then both of you get into the same pair of underwear? Isn't the mystery gone? The excitement, it's already, whatever you're thinking about doing or seeing or touching, you've already done it. You're there. I don't know. I've never worn one of these. I'm just saying that I find it odd that this is even a thing. It doesn't seem practical to me for any reason. because if you're going to put them on, you're already doing everything. Just tell the two people, get naked and stand close together. There, problem solved. I don't know why this is in there. She put it in there. She also put a picture of herself in here. At one point in my life, these were my two best friends, my wife and my dog, Riley. And I miss Riley a ton, but that's why, I think maybe that's why she put that in there. But that was part of our pool and our pool party one summer. She was always in there. My wife is a Southern California girl, loves the beach, loves the pool, staying out in the sun. She can get tan walking out to the mailbox and back. True story, or true, it's a story. All right. So let's cover some stuff, man. Let's back up, and we've been gone for a week or so, maybe longer. If you go to the website, there's new images up for all the things we're doing. There's a new schedule up. We're really ramping things up. I told you on the World Show is going to be robust. There's a new thing coming. Some of you haven't seen it yet. Off the Record with the General. Now, that's going to be an Art Bell, George Norrie type of thing. It's going to be on KGXT Radio. I think it's on the schedule for every Wednesday. God, I think at 7 o'clock at night, Pacific time. And in the beginning, since no one's going to be interchanging, we're going to simulcast it on YouTube, probably in the dark, probably with a blacked out screen, but just so I can read the comments. But it's going to be a radio show. Now, there's no one participating, that I'm just going to have to read a bunch of stuff and comment and tell you what I think about the moon landing, or anything else going on. So it's all conspiracy stuff. I'll do some homework. I won't just make it dumb and boring. I'll do some homework on it, give you my opinion, my take, and how I feel about it. But the idea is to build that show into something where people call in. We have the GXT phone. Call in. Let's talk about some of the stuff. Let's hear your ghost story. Let's hear your alien story. Let's hear your UFO story. Let's hear how Bigfoot captured you and kept you hostage in the Pacific Northwest for 4 months. And when he finally let you go, it was right about the time D.B. Cooper was jumping out of the airplane and you split the money with him so you wouldn't tell on him. I want to hear the whole story. It's totally plausible. This is true. And give or take a lie or two. All right. Don't see. We did beef with the goat. New Bottom of the Glass Nation picture. This is what you're looking for. This is the new one. This isn't for every night. No. This is just on the website to let you know if you're looking at the schedule, you're looking at when we're on. That's the new picture for that. The new podcast picture is up too. Since you got Gen X mom and Gen X dad running around half naked in front of a microphone, this is what you would see if the studio camera was up and running, which it's not yet. It'll be up this week. We do have a studio camera that you can watch live. You can see everything we're doing in the studio, even that. So that's the new podcast one, and we did Off the Record. We was talking to that one, which brings me back to Sunny Point number 2. Good moderators can put up the link. You guys got to come visit us at the Foxhole in Minden at the end of August. This is going to be the GenX Talks barbecue, the 4th or 5th annual one we do. But this one is a cook-off between Chef John and Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, Christine Matlock. She's married to Ben Matlock. Never lost a case. You got to come see it. This is going to be one of the most fun. Gen X Mom has got games planned. She's got prizes. She's got special things that are just for the barbecue, T-shirts and hats and stuff just for the barbecue. It's going to be a lot of fun. It sells out every year, and you guys always wait till the end, and there's always people that go, oh, can I get a ticket? Can you fit me in? Can you squeeze me? Come on. I've been a long-time listener, Then fucking buy a ticket now. Just go get the ticket before they're sold, because I can't get you in. There is a fire limit, a fire department limit. The Foxhole can only hold so many people, and that's it. Once we hit it, we cut you off. So you guys got to go buy a ticket. You got to come hang out. This is going to be good. There's hotels nearby. There's lots of hotels nearby. There's campgrounds. A lot of you are bringing campers and trailers. Cigar Scotty's bringing his clan over the hill from Sacramento, and he's coming with a camper. He's going to park in there and drive around and do stuff with us. The Gen X Talks has an Uber guy. Mike Perkins going to be Ubering people left and right. He's not doing it for free. Give him a couple bucks. This is his fucking job. He's taking the day off so he can do this stuff for you guys. You fucking better overtip him. That's the rule. Overtip him. There you go. All right. What else? Oh, something important today. Iceman from Bodfish. I think he turns 42. It's his birthday today. Iceman from Bodfish. I don't know if I have that on my phone or not. I don't know that I do. I don't think I do. He's definitely over 40. He's old. Look, he's gray. He's got a beard now, a big long beard. He's gray. But that's Iceman at our Southern California compound. It's one of the barbecues. He was at a lot of barbecues for a lot of years. He's seen a lot of the stories go on down there. He'll be at the barbecue. He is coming to the barbecue. Sun Valley Fox, St. Donna, Dr. McDreamy, MarcyZavala.com. Iceman from Bodfish, Chef John, Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, Ben Matlock, never lost a case, Cigar Scotty, all the names you know, plus staff. Staff's going to be there. Danny Yates and Sahara H going to be. You just need to come hang out. Pull up a chair and relax. Get some food, listen to some music, and hang out. That's what you got to do. All right. That was him. So we talked about packing and unpacking and photographs and coming across things from the olden days and stuff that you recognize, some you don't recognize. I had a flashback. Now, this isn't deja vu. Let me put it up there. All of a sudden, I went to take my medicines, put my meds in there, and I looked and I went, and it wasn't, it felt like deja vu, but I know I'd never seen this medicine, this pill caddy before, but I couldn't place it. I'm like, God damn it. And it was bugging me. And I went up to GenX Mom. I said, does this remind you of something? She goes, no. I went up to Briggs. Does this remind you of something? He goes, no. But I sat there staring at it for the longest time. Couldn't figure out what it was. Next day, open up the pill caddy. Same thing. I couldn't figure out what this was. I'm like, this reminds me. And then helping out with Facebook, came across it. Then it reminded me of my childhood. Okay. All right. Now I remember. See, I've been training. My 2, 3, and 4-year-old self was training for the day when I was going to have a colored pill caddy. Now, my pill caddy doesn't have the cool little dudes in there, but yeah, you see how subliminally things come back? Yeah, Wunagi. Don't ever forget that. Wunagi. And you saw it happen right here live. That's a true story. It's a story. All right. Let's cover some stuff in the sheets. I didn't bring up the sheets like I said I would. Better go do that. Bum, 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 bum. Now the sheets, just so you guys know, what are in the sheets is we have moderators on the different platforms. Sometimes we have 6 or 7 platforms going, and the moderators are around on each one. If you say something clever, if you say something witty, if you get mad and yell at me, or you do something, the moderators will copy and paste it and put it in the sheets. Then I can read it. YouTube says Crisco sent 5 GenX Talks memberships. Holy shit. Crisco did 5 memberships. Spot and Stock, 5 memberships. That's huge. That's a big deal. You do 5 memberships, that's a big deal. That gives people a chance to peek behind the curtain. They can go back 4.5 years and looking at stuff and see what they're missing. That is the private GenX Talk stuff. You can only see it if you're a member. You could be on Patreon. You could be on the General's Lunchbox on Facebook, or you can have a YouTube membership. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So what else is there? Christopher Sevick, $10. Were you afraid that Sweeney Todd, Johnny Depp, was going to be your barber tonight? Yeah. I was worried. Edward Scissorhands. No, I'm not afraid of the barber. Even when they fuck it up, and I've had fucked up haircuts, my hair grows back, my beard grows back pretty fast. But I am making a drastic change. It's due. Crisco, 1 month, KGXT Studios member. Crisco is the top tier membership. KGXT Studios. Easy way to explain this Dunning-Kruger effect. This easy way to explain this is the Dunning-Kruger effect. All right, I believe you. Disney Kid, 37 months, KGXT Studios member. Evening to the handsome general, and hope to love you, Queen Mama X will be back. Best brand ever. Thank you, Disney Kid. Disney Kid's been on staff here for a little bit. Disney Kid is so dedicated. You're going to think I'm making this up. Disney Kid is so dedicated to the brand and the channel and enjoys being on staff. He changes his clothes into GenX Talks merchandise before he watches the show. Yeah, that's right. Do you have that level of dedication? No, not even close. You go live in shame. All praise Disney Kid. All right. On YouTube, MacArthur215, $20. General is not much. My guy, here's something for the alcohol fund. No. If you guys want to donate some money right now. And just label it as the Singapore Hooker Fund. Because when GenX Mom gets back in the books tomorrow and she sees who donated what, and the footnote says Singapore Hooker Fund, I can simply tell her I'm bending to the will of the people. This is their idea, not mine. So remember, every time you give some money, Singapore Hooker Fund, let's all get on the same page there. That's important. Teamwork. Graham Gordon, $2 to the whiskey and 79 cents to the digital service tax. Graham Gordon's in Canada, $2 to the whiskey fund and 79 cents to the digital service tax. Because Canada charges a digital service tax from the United States into Canada. Okay, that's not really an inside joke, but that's super fucking funny. Charles Clark, member for 18 months. He's a Bottom of the Glass Nation level member. Wishing every Gen X Bottom of the Glass members great success, health, and prosperity. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you, my man. Scott Royston gifted 5 memberships. I knew he'd show up. He doesn't forget about us. Does anybody know? I know Callie Cat knows who the $2 whore is. For those of you not paying attention, see the jar? When you guys on YouTube, when you spend $2, one of you guys, boop, 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 a face of you guys falls in the jar. It's one of you. You have to guess who the $2 whore is. It changes every night, changes every show. We have a new $2 whore in there tonight, but you got to guess who. Callie Cat can't guess because she knows. Callie Cat's almost cheating, goddammit. Girl, it's almost cheating. We'll see if anybody else guesses it. But Callie Cat got it right, and she's first, just in case you were wondering. All right. The sheets are done. The light is green. The trap is clean. I can move on. That's stuff I was talking about. All right. When we're doing, now I'm filling in for Facebook, and I'm filling in for the kid and Gen X Mom while they're out. I'm trying to help out with Facebook stuff. You come across, you guys send me some cool stuff. Keep sending me the reels. Keep sending me the, I think they're cool to look at no matter what. Sometimes we can use them. Sometimes we can't. But this is 5 things. There must have been 80 of these things you guys sent me. Things you never heard in the 80s. Things Gen X never heard growing up. Things Generation X never heard as a kid. All right? Donate to my GoFundMe page. Nobody in my generation ever called their grandparents on the phone and said, look, can I just get $10? Put it on my GoFundMe page. Please, can you Zelle me that? My grandfather said, you come up here and you mow the lawn, you dump all the trash, you scrub the pool, and I'll give you $1. That was our GoFundMe page, just so you know. Things we never heard growing up as Gen X. Do you have a Spotify playlist? What's on your Apple playlist? Do you have a playlist for that? Yeah, motherfucker, I have a cassette holder with 13 cassettes, and they're 13 different moods. And I'm not kidding. That's what we did as kids. We had 13 different moods. You had one for driving to the beach. You had one for driving in the mountains. You had one if you were alone with your girl. You had one if you were sitting on the rooftop in the San Fernando Valley watching the planes land at Burbank. You had a mixtape for you and your buddies for that. You had some drinks up there. You had some whiskey. You had a mixtape for that. You had a mixtape for driving down Van Nuys Boulevard, cruising. Now, you can go back further. I mean, other people had those kind of things. The Sun Valley Fox used to run, he grew up, he spent the same time I did in the same place, just in a different era. He was going up and down Van Nuys Boulevard also. I did it in the 80s. He did it in the 1880s. Conestoga wagons, all they had back there was boom, 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 boom. The Indian drums, they had different, that was his mixtape. He had Sioux and Navajo and Blackfoot, and he would just point to them, and that was his mixtape, depending on the mood. Just telling you how it went. I'm not making up stories here. I'm passing it down a little piece of family history, and you're just not taking it in stride. All right, anyway, what was next? Oh, it's time to go back to the Breckenridge, my friends. Trying to go back to the Breckenridge. Got a little bit more here. Come on now. Drink one with me. Raise a glass. I don't like drinking alone, but I'll do it. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I got a little bit of hooch in here. Raise a glass with me. Let me see it on the screen. Don't make me drink alone. I'll do it. If you guys want me to drink alone, I'll do it. I feel like I'm alone right now. Ain't one person raising a glass. There we go. EFOG gave me a little love there. Jeremy too. Come on now. Spot and Stock. There we go. Christine Dvorak. She's got me going. Two Bears doing it, raising it with the Circle in the Wagons. Goes way back. Krista Rose, Dudes, Bob McKinley. The Disney Kid chiming in. Top Knots Rule. Thank you guys for doing that. Sovereign Fighter 787. Nana A has got coffee, but I accept that, Nana A. Valerie Walker, Kristen Hartman, Deb Ninehouse, Insurmountable Kelly Cat. Looks like Insurmountable Kelly Cat has a glass of milk. What the fuck, Kelly? Thank you guys for drinking with me. Raise a glass, pound one down. The more lies I tell, the more you need drink to believe me. All right, let's get back to some truth. All right? We with the truth. It's all truth. Another thing we never heard as a kid growing up, Gen X, I got it on Amazon. No. Your narrow ass had to wait till someone would take you to the store to get something. If you mowed enough lawns, if you washed enough cars, if you cashed in your birthday money, then you could go get it. And man, we were sure careful with what we got. We had to hold it in our hands, examine it, feel it, ride it around the store, drop it a few times, then grab the one next to it because, the one you drop's all fucked up. But that's what we did. No one ever said, I'm going to get it on Amazon. Okay. 2 more. What do we got? Let's get an Uber. You know what Uber was before you had a license? You know what that you didn't open an app and text an Uber and log into Uber. When I was a kid, your taxi ride was a collect call home, and when your mom picked up the phone, she heard, "I'm done at the arcade. Come pick me up, Mom. I'll be out front." I know you guys. I don't understand what that means. What do you mean a collect call? But that's all she heard. Did you? No, you had to say that as your name. Collect call from, and you'd say Dave, and then it would go to your mom, and would you accept a collect call from Dave? And she says yes or no. But if the operator says, the little recording says, please state your name, and you say, Mom, pick me up at 7 out front of the arcade, and you hang up, that's what your mom hears. She picks up the phone, says hello, and the operator says, would you please accept the charges? There's a collect call from Mom, pick me up at 7 out in front of the arcade. Then there's no collect call. She has no charges. She knows when to come get you. You don't know what I'm fucking talking about. No one ever did. I was the only one who did that. I thought that was an act of brilliance. Then my mom became a Christian. She went to Grace Community Church, Pastor John MacArthur, and she told me not to do that anymore because that was cheating the phone company. Was no longer allowed to do that. Full disclosure, it's a true story. All right, what else did we never say as Generation X? What else did we never say as a kid growing up in the 80s? I lost my phone. No shit. If someone said I lost my phone, you would be like, what the fuck are you talking? How would you lose your... Follow the damn cord. It's probably in your sister's room down the hall. Follow it under the door. No. We never said that kind of shit. Just letting you guys know. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of shit that filters in when you take over Facebook and all the stuff you see. Here's one that I didn't understand. And I want to call bullshit on this. Just so you guys know, I'll let you look at the picture and I will speak slowly. Absorb this. Let's start at the bottom one in the 2020s. Gen X mom calls McDonald's, Taco Bell. There's another couple. She calls them, they look like prisons. They look like little prison blocks. They're all grayed on the outside. They're gray on the inside. They look like a prison, and you go in and come out. It's very sterile as a prison. It's kind of just clean and dull. It's a prison. It's getting hosed down 3 times a day. I agree with her. I do. You go back to the 2000s and McDonald's. Has anybody ever... I go back to the 70s. I can vividly remember McDonald's all over the San Fernando Valley in the 70s. I have never... in my life, seen one that looked like that. Now, you got to tell me if any of you ever, I mean, not even at Disneyland, not even in Las Vegas, and I lived in Las Vegas for a couple years. Has anybody seen anything like that at all, ever? And if so, I'm going to call bullshit. You're fucking lying. No, I've never seen a McDonald's decorated that way. In fact, I think it's probably against their rules or something, a franchise rules. You can't say that. All right, let's see. Exhibition, Valerie Walker. No one. They don't look like that anymore. EFOG, I got that. But tell me, didn't even look like that. Now, I should call the Sun Valley Fox. He'd been around. He's been around a long time. He's seen them since the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and 90s. And he's traveled. He used to travel all over the country doing stuff. I'll bet you he's never in the entire history of the United States and the history of McDonald's seen one like that. He would be the closest to the authority on that because he's, fast food. You're traveling. You're a salesman. I'm telling you, that's bullshit. You guys sent me that. No fucking way. I don't believe it. I'm just telling you. No fucking way. All right. There was I have a picture that I came across that I'm supposed to think of a clever caption. I couldn't do it. I know there's potentially one there. I'm looking at this picture. I'm going, yeah, there's something really cool that I can't think of what it is. So I showed it to Briggs. And I said, can you think of a clever picture, a clever caption for this picture? He goes, I don't even know who those people are. I said, it's from 2 movies. He goes, I've never seen those movies. I said, you don't know who these 2 people are? He goes, I can't help you. No clever caption because he doesn't recognize them. Now I'm going to show it to you. All right? I'm embarrassed as a father, I got to tell you. There it is. I'm embarrassed as a father. That's a great picture. I couldn't think of a caption. I sent that to Jade, my millennial daughter. I sent it to a couple of my kids. They said, what am I supposed to do with it? I said, do you know who this is? They go, nope, I have no idea who this is. They didn't get either one of them. Can you? Please tell me I'm not the only person who knows what this is. This has to be, you guys know who this is, right? I'm just saying, I'm looking in here. Truth is out there, says, remember the image. Pukey says, of course. All right. Yeah, Christina got 1 right. Wizard of Oz. That's half of it. Yeah, Briggs didn't know. Civic, I'm telling you, he didn't fucking know. There's the other one, Spot and Stock. Now you got it. That's right. Now you guys are coming around. Pee Wee Herman and the lady who turned in the Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz. Now, we still need a good caption for that. So you're going to have to, moderators are going to have to, you guys are putting one up on Facebook, you're putting one up on YouTube. If you come with a great caption for that, then you got to give it to me because I don't know how to caption this, especially since I got all befuddled that my kids didn't even know who these 2 people were. You think they would have got the Wizard of Oz one? It's even in the color and framed. Come on, man. No, not even close. Just letting you guys know. There's one, The Race is On. That's a good one. It might work. Off to see the wizard? P-witched? I'm just letting you guys know. If the moderators come up with, if you guys say it good, and the moderators will copy and paste it. All right, keep going. All right, so as far as, I told you, I've been living in a topsy-turvy world, and then I run across this picture. This one wasn't too hard to label for me. As a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert and just my brain staring at that for about 8 seconds, I said, oh, how the tables have turned. Would you not agree? Is there a better caption than that? Oh, how the tables have turned. You see, for the older generation watching and the confused, and older Sun Valley Fox, the confused might be St. Donna. See, St. Donna, instead of putting pineapple on your pizza, see, that's a pizza on a pineapple. St. Donna, you see, I'm trying to see the never mind. All right. Okay, it was much funnier when I said it in my head. We'll admit that. Of all the inventions that came out, I laughed and scoffed, and then I thought, wait a second, hold on now. They might be onto something here. What about a scented candle that smells like a 7-Eleven hot dog? You know those rolling machines, those heat machines with the rollers? Open one of those up, and that plastic beef smell that's been there for, hot dog's been in there for 3 days. That's one, and a big gulp. If you could have a candle that smelled like that big combo, the big gulp and big dog combo from 7-Eleven, I don't know, I'd have to try it. Then you talk about bringing back childhood memories. There you go, right there. People walk in your house that are your age. They walk in the house and go, what? That is a very familiar smell. Is that Febreze? No, it's a scented candle. What is that scent? It's delicious. It reminds me of being 13 years old again. Well, it's funny you should ask. It's a hot dog and Coke from 7-Eleven. I'm just telling you, I think I'd try it. I wouldn't be opposed to trying it. Right? Guys aren't with me on that one. Here's one that pissed me off. Here's one that made me mad. Now, every kid growing up knows this situation. Every one of you. Every single one of you. Especially if you had a sister, a daughter, or you were a teenage girl. You know how the cords of the phones get all fucked up like that? It's from you girls taking them through the kitchen, through the living room, down the hall, last door on the right, shutting the door, and trying to make that cord reach your bed where you can lay down and talk to your girlfriends on a pillow, listening to Rick Springfield in the background. That's why those cords are fucked up. All right, that's not the part that bothers me. What bothers me is we are 40 years past that cord. We are 40 years on past that cord. And we can't make a phone charger cord that doesn't break right at the end within a month. 5 weeks, I'm replacing the cord again because it wasn't handled gently, because the cord wasn't plugged in carefully. And don't pull on the cord, don't grab the cord, don't yank the cord, don't do. Then make it out of this fucking shit. Whatever you fuckers, when Pac Bell and Ma Bell and AT&T, whatever you fuckers made that, make the charging cords out of that shit. Make our USB cords out of that shit. Whatever you did back then, that shit was indestructible. That'd stay up there for years. My cords won't last 5 weeks. I know my brain works differently. And when I saw the girls on the hoods of the cars, I thought that was strong metal. When I see this cord, I'm not thinking that it's all bunched up. I'm thinking, why am I buying fucking cords today? Modern 2025 cords that are for shit when that thing was goddamn indestructible. I know my brain works differently. I do apologize. But you got to come along with me on that, all right? All right. Now, I'm going to do a funny one first. I couldn't resist this shit. I couldn't resist. This has got to be one of the greatest yard sale signs of all time. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. There's a yard sale. Prepare to buy. I swear to Christ Almighty, I might have to have a yard sale, and if I do, this is what I'm doing. It's going to look a little cleaner, but this is what I'm doing. This is perfect. I'd go there just to shake the hand of the guy I'd buy something just to support this guy. I don't know. It's just me. I'm sorry. Wasting everybody's time. All right. What's this? I actually had to think about this for a minute. I could see what it does. We can all see what it does in the picture. But this is actually from probably a little bit before, maybe 10 years old, Sun Valley Fox, about 10 years old or so. He might have had one of these. I'm not kidding. It's not a joke. It's a real thing. And I didn't know what they did. I had to look it up to see what it did for sure. I kind of thought I knew, but does anybody else know what this is? What the gig is on it? I'm just asking you. Bike speedometer. No, it is not a bike speedometer. Spot and Stock said bicycle light. Light generator. The truth is out there. Yes. Light maker. Wow, dude. That's real technical. Breathe a little deeper, dude. Breathe a little deeper. Light maker. It's a light maker. It makes light. Yeah, it kind of makes light. Papa Smurf says that's the first Tesla. Is that blinker fluid? Yes, it is blinker fluid. See, some of you got it, and EFOG never saw one. I don't think I've ever seen one in real life. Sun Valley Fox may have actually had one or seen. Maybe his buddies had one. But there's a little voltage generator inside there. It rubs on your wheel. That little top part, groove part, spins. It touches your wheel. And as it spins, it generates light for a headlight. You stop riding the bike, headlight goes dim. There's no battery involved. I did not know that. I guessed that it was in that direction because I was thinking either it was for a headlight or, like you guys said, it was a speedometer. Because I've seen bikes with speedometers on them and odometers. How far you gone? But that apparently is one for a headlight. Didn't know that. So just the stuff you run across, man. I got some stuff in there. One of you sent me this picture and you said, "Who is this?" I wrote back, "I don't know." The person wrote me again, "Guess." I wrote back, "I don't know." The person wrote me back, said, "I'm not going to tell you unless you guess." I wrote back, "I don't know and I don't fucking care." Person wrote back to me again and said, "Please take a guess on who these two people are." So I wrote back and said, "They look like two lesbians that run an antique store in Portland." Am I close? Person wrote back, goes, "No, you're not fucking close." Apparently, this is Mickey Rourke and Axl Rose. I was happier with the two lesbians in Portland, but what do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Now, listen, it's getting late. I'm not trying to pick on Portland. I'm not trying to pick on Florida, okay? It's been a while. I've left you guys alone down there, but you guys are some seriously fucked up individuals. Okay, I'm not trying to pick on Florida, but this Florida man sets the police car on fire and then tells the judge, "I do stupid things when I'm drunk." That's just casually, straight face. I just do stupid shit when I'm drunk. Not trying to make fun of Florida. I'm trying to pick on you guys. Is this really that big a fucking deal? This guy rented a Dodge Caravan in Florida, But because it had a New York plate, he was worried about people treating him like shit. So he writes, not from New York, it's a rental. Okay, listen, there has to be a serious issue in Florida with New Yorkers for a guy to write that. He didn't want to get rocks thrown at him or something. You got to tell me, if you're from Florida, why would you have, I mean, you could not like people, but you had to write it? This guy had to write that up. Is there really that big of a beef? I wasn't aware of it. I'm just saying, there's things you learn every day. I didn't know, but you people from Florida take things a little bit too seriously. This one seems a little bit ridiculous. Seems like it's touristy. No refunds on gator meat. Yes, it's chewy. Yes, it's fishy. Yes, it's gamey. It's meat from an alligator, not a chicken. No refund. I got to say, probably this is more for the tourists than the people that live there. But apparently, at this one restaurant, this happens so often, people try to return it. I don't like it. Give me my money back. Why? It's gamey. It's chewy. It's a fucking alligator. I'm not giving you your money back. Happens enough, you guys had to put that up there as a sign. Maybe that's a tourist thing. Maybe that's not a Florida problem. Maybe that's a visitor problem. Here's another one. This was in a convenience store. Due to high temperatures, we will no longer be accepting money out of your bra. Now, I know some of you that have lived in Florida. I know some of you that still live in Florida. I ran this by a couple people down there, and they said the money from a woman's boob sweat is like no other. And when they take the money out of their bra in the summertime, when it's humid in Florida, you have to wring out the money before you can accept it. So right on the counter, boob sweat. You got to wring out the boob sweat. All right, I'm going to go along with that one. I mean, unless she's exceedingly hot. Might let that fly. Might let that slide. Might let that go. Other than that, 100% along with this sign. Just saying, I'm with the sign. Hey, we're not done yet. A couple more to go. There is a chick hanging on the outside of a semi going down the highway. I think it's a chick. Only in Florida. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I don't care if that guy's hauling Amazon packages and you really need your package. Don't do that shit. Here's another one. Now this one, I got to be honest with you. I read the article on this. I don't know what this is for. There are zip ties all over this toilet lid. You cannot open this toilet. You can still use the toilet. You can still go to the bathroom. This was in a men's bathroom in Florida, and they had tied down with zip tie all the lids. Anybody want to help me with this? Anybody from Florida? Anybody got any idea why the fuck public places in Florida, restaurants, would tie the lid down? I got to tell you, I don't. Do you think someone's going to maintenance it for you? That someone's going to come in there? Oh, I hear the toilet running. Let me adjust that floating valve for you. We don't want you adjusting our toilets, so we're locking them up. I'm asking. You got to tell me with this. I'm lost on this. I have no idea. Stash drugs in there. Worried about putting guns or drugs under the lid. Oh, okay. First thing they break when they get pissed. It's a beer cooler. They were bored. Can't be vandalized. Toilet guns. Boy, guns and drugs. Everybody's saying it. Cocaine, drugs, guns, drugs. Preventing an upper decker. That's what I thought. I thought maybe someone would get drunk and take a dookie in there, and they didn't want their dookie in there, so they chained it up. I'm talking out loud here. I don't know. Most of you down there say drugs and guns. That amazes me. That. I knew this wasn't a joke. I knew it wasn't like a pretend situation. I thought it was something fairly serious. It had meaning to it. I just wouldn't have guessed that. But there's so many of you saying that. It's got to be true. Moving up. That's number 6. Don't worry. Got a little more for you. Got a couple more. Bum, 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 bum. Florida. This is a picture of a guy ordering a drink and taking a piss on the bar. This is a guy in Florida ordering his beer at the bar, taking a piss on the bar. Don't worry, I can top that for Florida. Here's a guy pissing on an alligator. Kind of hard to see, but if you were close to the screen, you could see. You can't see his Johnson, but you can see the stream. He's pissing on the alligator. Okay, I'm afraid of alligators. I am deathly afraid of fucking alligators. I have dreams where I have to fight an alligator. And this guy's pissing on... It isn't just him. You know what? I've learned in Florida, there's 3 more alligators right next to him facing up, ready to go. That's what I've learned in Florida. You're pissing on that guy. He may shimmy out in the water, but 3 more are going to come out, and they're going to grab your Johnson and drag you back under and stuff you under a log, just like Crocodile Dundee. What the fuck is going on with you people? Don't worry. We're not done yet. I don't mean to make fun of Florida, but you're a fucking easy target, that's for sure. This one's called I Swear Florida is Its Own Country. I'm not sure what that means, but this woman is in her late 50s. She's not in good shape. She's not athletic. She's not that strong. She has a grandfather clock, and she's holding on to the seat inside and the window down the highway. You out of your fucking... I've done some shit like this in my 20s. I bought a dollhouse one time, a big play dollhouse for my daughter, and it was the last one at Toys R Us. It was the night before Christmas. They didn't have any more. I wanted the display model, and I was driving a Plymouth Reliant K, a K car, and I strapped it to the hood, climbed through the window, held on to it like this as best I could, and I drove home. I was 20. I was broke. She's like 57, 58. And I wasn't risking my life with it. She's hanging... What the fuck is wrong with you people down? I'm just saying. I'm just asking. We're getting there. Getting close. Here's another headline. Tuna fish threatens mermaid population. Tuna fish threatens mermaid population. Okay. I'm 100% in favor of completely stopping all tuna fishing just so I can see one mermaid. She didn't even have to be topless. She can seashells in it. Let's stop it all. Show me one mermaid. Just one. Then we can talk about the population of mermaids. Just show me one. Let's cut off all the tuna boat stuff. You fuckers from Florida, I tell you, I don't get it. This is a great one. Amazon tried to test drone deliveries in Stark, Florida. Drones from Amazon have cameras on them. This redneck hillbilly backwoods inbred Jed, rope-sucking, milky-licking, fruity-ass ding-dong, threw a beer bottle at the drone. Now imagine this. You're trying to deliver a package, and you throw a bottle at it. You people in Florida, I don't know what's going on down there. I don't know. Here's another one. Guy set up a camera. There's a little article in there. Guy set up a camera outside his house because there was people going through his yard, walking through his yard. It captured this. This motherfucker is hauling ass in Florida. It's Florida G. He's hauling ass. Look at him come around that corner. This old boy's got to be, I don't know, he's got to be 89 or 90, same age as Sun Valley Fox. He comes hauling around there in shorts. I mean, he's laying that thing down to the skids, isn't he? And he sees the camera. You fucking people in Florida. I'm telling you, I don't know what to talk about. Here's another was in the news telling all you to shut the fuck up. Jeff Bezos got married, and he rented the whole city. He rented an entire city in Italy, and all of his friends came in on $90 million airplanes and $90 million yachts, and they spent all this money. And everyone's, if you can pay for that, if you can rent a city for your wedding, if you can afford all these airplanes, you can pay more taxes, you can open up homeless shelters, you can do... Yeah, he could. Let me get it through your thick fucking skulls. I wish he'd do all that stuff too. But I'm never going to tell him to. Do you know why? It's his money. Yes, but there does come a point when it's excess. There does come a point when no man should have that much money. Oh, well, let's decide how much a man should have. Why don't you let us all know what we're allowed to have, what we're allowed to make. Let's do that. Can we do that? Can you set a limit on how many cars, how much money each of us can have? Could you do that? You write that down. We'll all be sure to jump up and comply starting bright and early the next morning. All right, let me jump in between the sheets right here, make sure I'm not missing something. We're winding down some of the program. Boom, 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 boom. And what do we got? Dum-dum-dum. The dude says Shy is the hoe. Shy is not the hoe. Spot and stock, $9.99. Turn my whole screen yellow for them Singapore entertainers. Finally, someone donated. Spot and stock, my brother, came through. Singapore Hooker Fund, $10. Sparky number 1, YouTube, don't forget about Toto. No, the dog in the picture. That would have been a good caption. Don't forget about Toto. These are captions for the bike race. The Adventures of Pee Wee Herman and the Melting Woman. That one sucks, Kel. You wrote that sucks, Kel. It's horrible. John Powell, Pee Wee Wicked Adventure. Pee Wee's Wicked Adventure. Don't forget about Toto. I like the one you guys said the race is on. That makes more sense to me. What do I know? Ben Ross says first to Oz gets Dorothy. Ben Roth, first, he's on Facebook Blues, his first to Oz gets Dorothy. I'm liking that one a little bit. That's not a bad one in there. Insurmountable Cali Cat, you were the only one who guessed who tonight's $2 whore was. It was Steffi O'Nurse. That's who was dropping in the jar. Steffi O'Nurse was dropping in there. I think I'm done. I think I covered everything I was supposed to. I'm a man in many parts, but I think I got it done in a timely manner. Listen, I got to get out of here, you guys. We did our hour. I got to go check on GenX Mom. Yes, we showed you some pictures. We got you things going about the programs, what we're doing. We talked a little bit about the new variety stuff, and we jumped right back in. We had knocked Florida down. We had to knock Florida down a few notches, getting too big for its britches down there. Florida, look on a map, just looks like it's pissing on Cuba anyway, so you got to respect it for that. It's all right. Listen, we got a lot of stuff going on. We're not going to miss any more shows. Today's Saturday. The next show comes up, I think, on Tuesday. But if you go to the website, genxtalks.com, there are pictures for all sorts of stuff. The podcasts come out. Okay, there's puzzles, there's games, there's prizes. If you're on Discord, there's stuff going on all the time over there. There's gold coins hidden all over the country. Physical coins on our physical country. You got to drive to Colorado and go find one. They're out there, but you got to go find the webpage. You got to look at the clues. You got to figure it out, and then you got to go look. There's all sorts of stuff going on. This is a very full brand GenX Talks. There's a lot of moving parts in here, and it's just going to get busier. Listen, I got to run right now. If you're a member of Patreon, if you're a YouTube member, or if you're part of the General's Lunchbox on Facebook, that's where all the stuff happens. You can see everything behind the scenes there. All three places get it. Even Instagram has one too. Not that anybody's over there, but it does have one. Listen, I got to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will have my hair cut before the next show. GenX Mom will be on the next show. I will have my hair cut. God willing, and the creek don't rise. All right, I got to get out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Not sure where you're listening in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember two things in life. They're both very important. Number one, wherever you go, well, there you are. Just look down. It's proof positive. And number two, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby.